Hi guys, oh my gosh, it's such a beautiful day today. Well, so yesterday, okay, let's talk about yesterday before I fucking go insane again. Hopefully I don't need to blank out and dissociate. I hope I don't dissociate because everything's traumatic. Okay, so yesterday, I don't fucking know. Excuse me. I wish I can edit these, but I don't have a computer, so sorry for now. Yesterday, well, things didn't work out too well yesterday. So, what happened was I was sitting, unfortunately, at my mother's house, which I don't want to be there, but I had to come back because I gotta pay stuff in here, insurance, and I have a lot of things to do in New Jersey because that's where I have all my stuff. And so, my obligations and bills. Because right now I'm lost in between jobs and also places I'm living, which is very stressful to somebody like me that does not like change like that. Change in drastic ways is very debilitating on my mind and confuses me and fucking just makes me go nutty. Because there's a big difference between, New York City and in suburban New Jersey. It's just rural New Jersey. It's too much. I gotta change the mind and kind of adjust to the new surroundings all the time, and I hate that because I grew up doing that in a way, and I know that was a failure. That's a reason for my failures a lot of times because of all that moving and adjusting to different environments and schools and things or whatever. I told myself I wouldn't do that, but it ends up I'm repeating the cycle here. So something set me off. Look, something has to set me off. But it takes a long time. Like build and build those thoughts. Build, resentment, building stress, build things that I gotta do. Just keeps on building in my head, especially when I'm alone. So, or talking to people that don't care and don't want to know about that kind of thing. They just want to see superficial, outside fakery, and it's hard to express real issues with these people. So, and I'm not just talking about my parents. I'm talking about just people I know and associate with end up being those type of people, right? That are not available emotionally to me. So, I forgot what it was. We were watching something, a movie, I think, the Elvis movie or something, which was pretty lousy, to be honest. The only thing good about that movie was, first of all, Priscilla in the movie was not looking like Priscilla in real life, and she didn't even have her hair black like she was supposed to have, because Elvis made her dye her hair black, matching him, and it just didn't make sense. So, and plus I barely watched it, but because I don't even like Elvis, but my parents are obsessed with Elvis, so I'm like, okay, this looks good. I guess it's a new movie. And that person that played him, I think, was a great actor and did very well. And he was pretty good looking, and he did the character good. That's the only thing good about the movie. And what else? So whatever. I'm forced to kind of watch this crap because every time I come now, there's an obsession with Elvis because that's what's popular and trending, and I'm just so annoyed by that. And I'm like, God, can we watch something else? And then if we're watching something else, it ends up being something about a murder or a fucking case that's going on, and it just never ends. And I'm like, oh my God, please, I see it all over my phone. I don't want to watch all of this crap. Just watch something else, like a lighthearted movie or show, and something a family could watch, or comedy. Like, I love comedy. Why don't we watch comedy? And just nobody listens and no one responds. So I'm just pissed off about that. And then I have all these issues. Nobody's talking about how they're gonna help or assist with these things that I'm having to do, and especially coming up now with I have to go all the way to this stupid place in Michigan and drive my car and put more miles on it alone because nobody's coming and assisting me to help me to do this. So I gotta do that myself. And so my mind is running, and it's too much for me, and then I get overwhelmed. And so yesterday was the day, I guess, for the explosion, because somebody had to test my patience, like pushing me and provoking me. I don't care if they're doing it on purpose or not. It's terrible the way they talk to me. I'm like, what did you say? Like 10 times the whole day I was thinking, what did they say to me? That was disrespectful. And for some reason they have it in their mind that since I am the daughter and they're the adult, or first of all, I'm an adult, but they seem to have in their mind that they're ownership or priority over me because they're the parent of me somehow. And they still treat me like I'm a child. They're stupid. So a few times I'm like, what the fuck? In my head, damn it, I wish I could say something, because I've been good until this point for a long time. And just something my dad had to just say stupidly and without thinking, I guess. Had to bring up my kids. Now, when you bring up my kids, already I'm infuriated inside. I'm thinking, what is this? Are you helping with this situation? No? So why talk about it and get me upset and overwhelmed with things I gotta do? So he goes, he's like, oh, so you're gonna go all the way? So you're going? Are you gonna stay here, or you going? And I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to head there because my daughter is graduating and I have to set up her college and all these things because her father is useless and didn't do anything so far. Has not been doing his job as a father, and just, everything's for show, and yet my kids don't have all the things they need. So, and then I send them money and freaking clothing and stuff, and help them with buying things, but then, the father wants direct money into his account. I'm not doing it. I don't care what the court says. They can go to fucking hell. And I'm not gonna, well, I'm trying not to go to jail, but still. I don't want to tell off the judge and say what I think of her. And it's a female judge. But don't even get me started on what I think about that. A very biased judge and hard person to deal with. Even the lawyer that robbed me told me that this judge is not going to be very nice and understanding. And I'm thinking, well, great, I really need another one of these types. So he says, oh, so are you going or staying? And I said, look, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure I'm going because my kids are telling me to go, and I need to help them as best as I can with whatever I have. And I don't know really what I'm gonna do when I get there, but I count on myself, and I count on God to guide me, and it doesn't fail. Usually I make a way to do stuff that is quite difficult for somebody to do, and then it's like they want to rub in that they're not gonna assist me at all in any of this. And I'm like thinking, what kind of evil person would do this to their own daughter? Like, oh, I'm gonna rub in the issues that you got. I'm gonna just keep talking about all your issues that you got, and kind of like, I don't know the word, but kind of, imply that I'm not gonna be able to to succeed in it. And but they don't even offer the help. So it's just like rubbing salt in my wounds, which is really infuriating. And then I'm like, look, that's what I'm gonna do. If anything, I already gave him my apartment, so I don't have that anymore. I don't have enough money for deposit again and all that. So I'm between things right now because of what's happening with my kids. Because they're not around. They're far away. And the father has been difficult to contact. And when I call their own personal phones, I don't get them to answer hardly ever. I mean, the only time they answer is when the father's there. So this game is become frustrating and it's just evil and illegal even. And I'm thinking, well, if I go to court and report this, I'm gonna still have to pay for all these filing fees that I don't even understand because I don't have a lawyer anymore because a lawyer robbed me and I'm not paying a new lawyer. I have no money for that now. Because if I had the money, I don't trust lawyers now. So I lost trust in that system. And really, I could have done that myself, but I don't know all these laws. So he's rubbing it in, and then he's like, okay, and then when I told him that, he's like, oh, wow, you are mixed up. You're not doing the right things, and your kids are better off without you, and they're better off with the father, And I was like, that was it. That was the trigger right there. And then I went off and said, excuse me? Like, excuse me? I'm the one who raised the kids up until like 2 years ago. These are my kids. And, I just went through a divorce here that was very expensive. You didn't give me any money to help me with this divorce. You didn't do anything else. Then I had kept going on because I was already triggered. And I said, you didn't do shit for me my whole life. You fucking never gave me money growing up. And I barely even saw you around in anything I was doing. So you have no fucking right to be telling me that I'm not a good mother now. You implying this, that I didn't have a setup for my kids, that I didn't have a great place for them to live, to be around their family members, to get away from the abuse that I was enduring from my ex. And then how dare you say that my kids shouldn't be with me and I'm incapable of being a mother. Like, that was the wrong thing to say to me at the wrong time. And that's it. I fucking told his ass off. And he's like, you don't need to stay in my house. And now he's so great for letting me stay there or something. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? This is what you were using to throw in my face? I don't need your help. You offered to have me stay there. And I said I would pay him the money for the rest of the rent because he lost his job during the pandemic thing. And I guess that was an excuse for him to retire or whatever the fuck that is. It's not even retirement because he don't get retirement because the job that he does is kind of like under the table type thing that they don't pay taxes, but yet it's a legitimate business. I don't know what it is, but my parents are con artists and they're criminals. And he's actually been in jail for quite a few times, and he ended up being a convicted felon. And so then I didn't even know this until recently, that he's a convicted felon. And then I'm thinking, why didn't he ever move from the apartment my mom and him had? This whole time, 30 years he's been living there. And it's just deteriorating and deteriorating more and more as time goes by. And they need to remodel it because it's gentrified in that area. And all the rents are raised and all that property has been renovated and cost more money. Except for him, because he has rent controlled. And I'm like, okay, I can help you with the extra money or whatever that you needed for the rent. fine. But then he ended up finding a way to pay it, so I don't have to pay it technically now. But the point is, he's throwing in my face that I'm staying over there, and I've been there, what, a month or two? Something like 2 months, something like that. And I'm like, okay, wow. And then I bring up all the things he didn't do for me my whole life, and then we have to start that. And then he's kicking me out of the apartment. I'm like, really? And then my mother's like, well, I don't want you here. I don't want you here again. We don't want you here. She always speaks for everyone else. We don't want you here. But she lives with all her adult children, but except for me. And it's like, we don't want you here. No, speak for yourself. Like, why? Because you're a liar. She lies about me to them that I'm some kind of villain and shit, that I did stuff to her when it wasn't the case. It was the opposite that happened. And I had to bring that up. I said, what about your boyfriend that you had around? You cared so much about your boyfriend over me, and you let him do all these things to me. And what? He didn't rape me, so that's okay? As long as he didn't rape me, everything else he did was okay. So I brought that up, and it was just like very emotional for me. And, you know, I described some things that he did, and they were just going on and on about themselves, how high and mighty they both were, or above me and knows better than me than I would know about myself. And so, you know, I said fuck you. I said quite a bit of choice words that I don't use usually, and what was it? Oh, and then I threatened my mother. I didn't threaten my dad. I don't usually do that. But I didn't. But I'm coming close to it because he's getting out of order and lying with me. So I told her, I said, don't fuck with me. You got the wrong person. You're in the wrong fucking time for this shit. Don't be doing this during this time that I'm in. Knowing that my anxiety and all that I have problems. And she's like, here, you want more drugs? I'm like, bitch, do I look like... Motherfucker is trying to say that I'm a druggie. I don't do drugs. I don't do drugs. I go to my doctor and I get help for my anxiety problems because of the hell I went through and my PTSD and all the other conditions now that have gotten really bad during the pandemic thing, and I've gotten under control until this point where they just want to keep pushing and seeing if I'm reacting the way I used to. And it's like, oh, look, she's not acting that way. Let's keep pushing. Well, it happens eventually, right? So there was like something that she bought new. She's always cluttering the house up. Every time I go, there's new stuff. Like, she's a pack rat or a fucking hoarder in a way. And in like 20-30 years, she'd be a really bad hoarder. You won't be able to walk anywhere. But not quite yet. But there's just stuff everywhere. So she had this new statue. Like, it's what kind of statue? Not a porcelain. Might be porcelain or something. But it's quite heavy. It was a porcelain kind of... I have a picture of it. I might put it on the thumbnail. It's so stupid because it reminds me of her. It's like a statue, and it's heavy, or ceramic. I don't know. It's heavy because it was right near my side of view, line of view, and I picked it up, and I said, "Don't fuck with me, yo." And then I had it in my hand, and I was just like, "Wait a minute, chill." So then something tells me, chill the fuck out, put that shit down, man, because she's gonna put your ass in jail, and that's what she wants, and you know it. Because she's been always doing that to try and get me in trouble. And then I was like, fuck it, man. I'm getting out of here. None of you did shit for me. And what else? I said, yeah, you wanna, kids don't remember shit. Well, you know what? Kids grow up. And then you scared now because I'm a grown up and I could fuck you up. Like, I already done it before. Like, the fuck? I've been in many fights. So, I know how to fight. And you don't want to fuck with me. But she thinks that it's funny. Or she thinks I'm not going to hit her. And once that happens, I'm done. I'm either going to get fucking pinned to the ground by my brother because he was there. Or I'm going to get the cops called and I'm going to be arrested. So I just I just put my coat on and I walked out. I said, fucking shit. So I just left, and something told me, because I know I have fucking protection on me, something told me to get the fuck out of there. And so I left for like 3 hours. This was already late at night. And I went back at like 3 in the morning or something like that. And just by chance, it was like 2 in the morning. So then I parked my car and it started pouring out. And there was like a flood warning. And then I was like, oh shit, because I was already up anyway. And I was like, I gotta move my car because last time it flooded the shit out of this block. So I did move my car, and it flooded the fuck out of the whole area that I was parked in. And I would have had a fucked up car. My car's low. So I would have had no engine and my car would have been destroyed. So I did move it, and thank God for that. But so yeah, I did go back because I had nowhere to sleep and it was fucking cold out. And I was trying to sleep in my car, but I didn't know where the fuck to go and do that legally. So I was just like, all right, I'm gonna just sit in the car. And I ended up going back around 3 o'clock. And then I told her, and I don't need to tell her, I shouldn't have said anything, but I'm so fucking nice still. I'm like, you should move the car because, ow. You should move the car because it's flooding over here and it's pretty deep already, you know? So then she moved the car, and then by the time I got up, it was fucking early in the morning. I didn't get no sleep. Anyway, so that's what happened yesterday, and it fucking got me shaking. I was shaking, and not only was I hand shaking, I haven't got like this in a long time because I take medication for it. And my whole body was shaking, man. My legs, my arms, everything, and I couldn't speak. I couldn't say the words correctly, and I was like, oh fuck, let me get out of here then and cool the fuck down. So I don't know what that was, but again, I have medications for a reason. She's trying to tell me I'm an addict of some sort. I'm not. I take them as prescribed. She even has the same anxiety medications, and she never takes them, and she fucking needs them. And she's trying to throw that in my face. Like, how does that make sense, right? I don't know. She's too much. So, and then they act like nothing happened the next day, and I'm like, don't talk to me, yo. Don't. Just don't. Leave me alone. Because my condition is, I'll be pissed off for a long time after this incident, and I won't be able to function for the most part, you know, unless I do something about it. But it's hard on me emotionally when I get to that point. But that's all I wanted to say for now. This is already getting long, and I gotta go do something now with my phone there's no service for some strange reason. There's always an issue daily with me. All right, thank you very much for listening. I appreciate everyone. Please like and subscribe and comment to encourage me to make these videos more. Thank you.